Today we're installing a Starlink mini long range setup in this Chev. So at the moment I'm just trying to figure out where to place the long range router. Pulled the fridge out and basically just mapping out where this is going to go. We've got to get a few cables to this. We've got to get our dash switch to this. We've got to get our dishy power, and we've got to get our dishy cat cable up to the roof as well as a park aerial. So just trying to work out where we're going to mount this in a spot that is either accessible by this switch, or in this case we're going to run it off of a panel switch, so we'll be able to hide this away. So just trying to figure out where to put that at the moment. After some umming and ahhing, we've decided that this spot here is the best place for this. This will sit roughly about here. Now this is the backboard, so we can't put anything in there, so we're just going to cut up a plate to put across here, and then we'll install this right here. So if you come over, we'll cut up that plate and get that cut to size. Alrighty, we've got our router installed where we want it, on this back wall here. Now we've just got to get power to it. We've got to run 2 cables up to the dish, and then we've got to run our dash switch to this panel here. And then we'll also run our puck aerial down, and they'll screw onto this side. You can't quite see them connectors. Yeah, like that. A little nut on the back. Here's our dash switch harness. These do come in 6 meters. In this instance, I'll need about 300 mils, so away with the rest of that. That's all I'm going to need. We'll hook that up to my little round switch harness and plug it all in. No need to run it through relays, no need to hook it to power, nothing like that. It's already relayed and powered from our box. So all you got to do is simply plug it in your dash switch, and away you go. Now usually you'd run this through to the dash, wire it up with the dash. I've just cut it to the length I need, and it will just plug straight into the back of the box there. So pretty simple. We've got 4 colours in here: red, black, green, white. We've got 3 different style switch colours. It just depends on what style you go for. Refer back to the instructions for what colours go to what. Generally speaking, red to red, black to black, that's to power your LED light. And your white and green wires are your switching wires. So they connect, it turns on, closes the circuit. They disconnect, it opens the circuit, turns the unit off. Alright, one end's plugged into the back of my switch here. The other end, simply undo the dash switch port, line up the 2 red dots, and plug him in there. I'll tidy up those cables in a minute once all the cables are in there, but that is dash switch installed. Alright, hooking up power, pretty easy. Don't underpower these things, they are hungry on power. We wire them up as if they're going to pull 15 to 20 amps. They don't. They'll pull about 10 amps on boot up and then they settle down. But they don't like voltage drop, they don't like current loss and that sort of thing. So we are hooking this ground up directly to the bus bar there, and directly to a fuse block for the positive power. We're going to run a 20 amp inline fuse. And we only have less than a meter between the battery and the Starlink unit, so no voltage drop, which is very important. Alright, mini tough mount is installed. If you do want to remove this thing on our quick release, just like that, and then it just drops back on. In this instance, we've run the cables down the front here, which meets up with that external puck aerial, and then it runs down along the side, through the headboard, and then through a cable gland in the back of the canopy, and then to our hot mess of cables. Still got to do some cable management, tidying up, but the gist of it is done. Just got to plug some stuff in and it's ready to turn on. Righto, all the cables are run. I'm a bit sweaty. It's time to plug everything in. First of all, power cable goes in here. Then our data cable goes in here. Then our cable management / protection gland goes over the top. That's just to prevent that cable getting pulled and tugged and broken. Then our power to the dish goes in, line up the 2 red dots, and then our dash switch goes in. Right, now this unit is turned on remotely by this switch here. There we go. That red light's on, this unit is on. We're all fired up, ready to go.